celebration on Beyond Boundaries. Beyond Boundaries is a series of virtual sessions initiated by Takshila Educational Society to further ideas that foster learning, self-expression, and ingenuity. These sessions bring illustrious speakers and artists from the world of art, education, literature, science, and beyond to engage your time and mind. We are honored to have with us one of the most outstanding exponents of the Kuchipudi style of dance, Guru Vanashree Rao. A postgraduate of political science from the Lady Shri Ram College, Vanashree Raoji is renowned in the field of Kuchipudi not only for her excellent performances along with her husband and guru, Padma Shri Guru Jayaram Rao, but also for her individual extensive research work in the field of dance. Vanashree ji has received exhaustive training from eminent gurus. As an outstanding artist of ICCR, she, along with Guru Rao, has traveled over 65 countries in the last 40 years under government and private sponsorships and performed in almost all major national and international festivals all over and abroad. She has received a number of awards, including the most prestigious Central Sangeet Natak Academy Award, the Sahitya Kala Parishad Samman, the Indira Priyadarshini Award, the Andhra Pradesh Samman, and the Lifetime Achievement Award from EDERA, to name a few. She is the recipient of Central Government Junior and Senior Fellowship also. She has also received 3 individual grants from Sangeet Natak Academy for her research work in the field of Abhinaya. Her lecture series all over India under the Spik Make invitation are highly sought after. Vanashree has truly established and popularized this rare style, Kuchipudi, especially amongst the youth and others, with her single-minded dedication and commitment as a teacher and performer. Her production company, Rasa United, organizes invigorating dramatic tales from mythology and has given 78 shows in the last 1 year. Now, over to the danseuse, Guru Vanashree Rao, for the lecture demonstration.
Namaskar. My heartfelt greetings to the viewers who are watching at this difficult time. And I can only say that I am thankful to the Takshila Educational Society and Sanjeev ji and the whole team for inviting me today to talk on the World Dance Day, which is a major important day for the dancers in India and all over the world. I must thank Sanjeev ji specially for this opportunity to talk to you all. This is a very new experience for us, that I cannot see you, but you can see me. And this is like a sort of talking to people whom I can't see, and I can't communicate personally, one person to another. But then, this is, I think, the power of communication also these days, that we are so lucky and fortunate that we can talk to people even if we can't see them, and we can convey our spirits and our joy in what we do in our life. And as an artist, what can be more beneficiary? I mean, what can be more fruitful than that for an artist to be able to communicate? So today, I thought, before I talk about Kuchipudi, which is my personal art form as a chosen form in my life, which I have been performing for the last 40 years, I thought that I should talk about this communicative power of Indian dance, and through the medium of interpretative power of the classical dances of India. Now, when we talk about Indian mythologies, it is a subject just like any other subject. My little friends, the students who are listening, and the parents also, I welcome them all. I hope whatever I say will make some sense and some meaning to them, that how to follow a passion in your life and how to um, try to excel. I mean, we are not perfect. We are still trying. I am still trying to do something creative. And that attempt itself, that attempt to fulfill your interest in life is, I think, enough to keep us, to move on in life and to do something which is important for us. Though if the children are listening, then I don't want to go into high philosophies about these things, but I just want to say that dance is a very, very interpretative medium, and it's a very stylized medium. It has got a language, it has got a grammar, it has got a technique, and it is also practical. Like in English, you learn the grammar. In Hindi or in any language, you have to learn the grammar. Like this, in dance also, you have to learn first the grammar, the technique, the style that you are learning that will fulfill your body postures or the body movements. So it's a subject like any other subject. And also another thing I would like to say, two, three things before I go on to show what I want to show you, is that today I am not only showing Kuchipudi, which is from Andhra Pradesh. In short, there is a village which name is Kuchipudi. From the 14th century, it is said that the Brahmin boys of this village used to dance in praise of Lord Vishnu. Also remember that Indian classical dance has been influenced by devotion a lot. That does not mean that um, uh, there is a fanatic faith that you have to believe in certain things and then only you can dance. Dance itself is such a discipline. It teaches you commitment, uh, discipline in your daily routine, body flexibility, and a certain kind of perfection in your whatever you do, whether it is your studies or not. This is, I'm talking from my own experience in life. So it's not something which I have learned from the books. So we are showing Kuchipudi, which is from the Kuchipudi village, Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, the village is still there, and it still does this kind of practices the generation of gurus. And then there is Bharatanatyam, which is one of the most well-known classical dance style from South India, that is Tamil Nadu. And then Chow, which is from a very, it was not so popular about 30 years ago, but now it is very, very popular as a classical dance style from the northern India. So I have inculcated these three styles, though I am basically a Kuchipudi artist. But here I would like to share with my viewers a little bit of what I have done in my life. That is, people usually say that you have to learn dance from your childhood. That is when, in Western countries, you cannot be a ballet dancer unless you start at the age of 2.5, because the body has to really, really prepare for it. But in Indian classical dance, you can start also later, because the dances and the interpretations are also a lot to do with your mind. So if your mind and body can get together, you can do it, though the two genres are entirely different. But in my case, I could not learn from a proper guru when I was a child. Because of differences, I could not go to a proper guru and start learning. So first I finished, all of my brothers, sisters, we first finished our education. I did my MA from LSR and I became a lecturer. And if I had not become a dancer, then most probably I would have appeared for IAS and the services. Because fortunately I was a good student those days. But I told my father that I want to see 2 years. If in 2 years, I set a target for myself that if in 2 years I cannot learn something of classical dance, then I will leave it and I will not pursue it further. So one day while doing my MPhil, I just went to Mandi House, Triveni Kala Sangam, and enrolled myself in Kuchipudi. I did not know a word about what Kuchipudi means. But my Guruji who was there, he had come from Chennai. In short, I learned 2 years, gave my first performance. It was a successful performance according to the critics. And I was already 22 years old 21 when I started learning. So what I want to tell you that there is a lesson in it that never feel that you can't do things. That if that you are, your age is gone or you are older. I have always done things at a very later time, always what others have not done. And by God's grace and by my own hard work and whatever my own work, I have been able to do a very little contribution to this creative field. Now, coming back to what I want to tell you today is about classical dance, these three styles. I got this idea that why not tell our mythologies through very original music? And I must share with you that my own son, Vedabrat, had also contributed to this idea that instead of doing only one style, why don't you reach out to the youth and tell the traditional stories in a different way? So I got this idea, and then I started developing that I would like to tell very powerful stories through our mythologies. And why? Why mythologies? Why Indian mythologies? Because firstly, we are Indian and we must know our roots. There is no harm in learning anything you want to learn, whether it is Western dance, Western music, ballet, whatever. The whole point is to try to get some kind of excellence, because one of the great gurus I learned from, Dr. Padma Bhushan Vempati Chinna Satyam. I learned from him in Chennai. My husband had taken me there for further studies, and he used to tell that there is either bad dancing or good dancing. There is no middle way. You have to do it well. So we practiced and practiced and practiced, and then finally, after being in this field for so many years, I felt that I should do something for the young generation also, so that they don't get bored by our mythologies. And the stories also has a message of, of course, the whole world knows that the message is always good over evil, or doing a good thing, or being compassionate, or the sacrifices we make in life. And I found the Mahabharata stories very, very suitable for this. And before I go to the first glimpse of my video, I would like to also share in very short that classical dance has three basic major components. That is Natya, which means drama, or Abhinaya, or expressional interpretation of the story, and Nritta, which means only pure dance where there is no story involved. But you need full involvement to do this. And Nritya, Nritya, which means that you are combining dance with interpretative Abhinay. So how do we tell a story? In classical dance, basic storytelling is done through hand gestures and, facial expression, eyes. So the dancers are taught separately the eye movements, the neck movement, the hand movements. Like, this means a lotus-like face. So then we show it like this. And then if we show this, then means Lakshmi sitting on the lotus, or Pataka Hasta, which means a lord, Tripataka, Ardha Pataka, Kattari Mukha. So a man is shown with a thumb, and a woman is shown with a this Katakamukham. So these are all the language of the dance. Basic, there are 28 single hand gestures, and there are 24 double hand gestures. Why I'm saying that I'm going to show you first the creation that I did on Devi, or goddess, Mahisasura Mardini. Because I used to listen to Pandit Jasrajji's music all the time. And when I heard this song on Devi, I just imagined it to be in a three style of story of the goddess Durga, demolishing the demon Mahisasura. So you can have a glimpse of this. This is in 3 styles again. The demons are done in Chau and Bharatanatyam, and the Devis are all done in Kuchipudi style. The music is absolutely original. I have written the script from different scriptures, and I hope that you like it and you understand the hand gestures as much as possible. I hope you understood because it's very common to see that goddess Durga is destroying Mahisasura. But the whole idea was here to create costumes and atmosphere. And these are so important when you are a professional artist. Also here, I would also like to point out to the young friends who are listening that it is not necessary that you will learn dance only for the sake of performing or becoming a great artist on stage. There are many sides to it. You can do research work, you can be a doctorate in dance, you can teach dance, you can be a very good guru to pass on the knowledge, or you can be a performer. But to be a performer, it's very, very hard because you have to have the practical experience of going to the stage and giving your 150%. Because when you practice at home, you are not, you are giving your 100% maybe. But when you go on a stage in front of the live audience with lighting, mic, everything, and that all the distractions, that time you have to give 150% so that at least you come to 100%. So it's not very easy to be a performing artist. And also the Indian classical dances are such that we, of course, we need a lot of time to grow, at least minimum 10 years of teaching, and I'm trying to put in as much as information possible for the people who may be interested in thinking about taking classical dance. But it is a joy, it's a joy and the art which you feel inside yourself when you achieve that kind of performing level. So coming back to the communications of mythologies, I am a devotee of also Shiva. Here I want to tell something to my viewers that whatever we do, whether we are a doctor, engineer, scientist, or an artist, we have to have complete faith in that. Because I have students, young students who come to me and they say, ma'am, why this Lord Krishna is always in love with Radha, or why he has so many wives, or why Shiva is wearing tiger skin and why he is wearing ashes. So that answer cannot be given in one go. But I tell them that when you are describing a beautiful song written by a famous author or a bhakt, or a devotee, then when you are interpreting the lines, if your mind does not take to it, then how do you interpret? I mean, if you are like, if you are, that is called also yoga. Yoga means connection with your mind, with yourself. So if you are dancing on Shiva, but in your mind you are thinking, "Arey, this is just not possible. Who is this? Shiva. We have never heard of him and we have never seen him. What is this power? The Guruji is talking about. It's all nonsense. I don't believe in it." Then your dance will reflect only that, because dance means not only a belief or faith that you have to be religious, but it is a belief that what you are doing, you are trying to touch other people's hearts by your interpretation, by your expressions. That people will have that memory of, okay, I may not believe, but look how she believes or how he believes and how he is enacting it on stage. It's giving me goosebumps. So if that feeling you can create, that is God itself. You don't have to see God in front of you. That is your own achievement of having believed in something and doing it. So I always have praised to Lord Shiva, and I thought that there are so many beautiful, words about him which are very different than other mythological gods. That is, he is known not only as a person of detachment, that is, we call in Sanskrit nirguna, when the person is not at all interested in anything. So he lives in the samsan. He is the symbol of death also. He is wearing Naramunda Mala and he is not interested. But at the same time, he is also the creator and giving energy. And also in nature, we have Shiva and Parvati as husband and wife. What does that symbolize? That symbolizes that in nature there are always two elements, Prakriti and Purush. That is, in birds, in animals, in anything you see, there is a manly power and a womanly power. They complete each other. So Shiva is also the symbol of showing us that in this world we are this nature, we are also together, and we can be also detached, because we have to accept that also. So to create that, I created this full production called Trayambakam. But I want to show you a little bit on this, where the first scene is showing Aghoris. Whoever has the Kumbh Mela scene, they have seen the sannyasis almost naked, and they wear these rudrakshas, and they are anointing themselves with vibhutis and all, and they are not bothered about anything. So with starting with Aghori, going to Mahadeva, that is God of dance, and then going to the Shakti also. So please, I hope you like it. This is on Shiva, the next visual which we are going to show you. So that story was that Yama, the god of death, he came to take the life of Markandeya, who was a devotee of Shiva. But it was destined that he will die at the age of 16. So from the childhood, this boy started praying to Shivling. And every day he is praying to Mrityunjaya, the Shiva's one incarnation is Mrityunjaya, as he is called, because he can defy death. So when Yama, because it is said that when death comes, there is a wind, a breeze that comes before that. So when with that breeze Yama comes, then Shiva comes out of the Shivling and tells Yama to back off and not to take his life. So it is believed that if you are very ill or if you are really, one is very, very sick, you can always pray to Mrityunjaya, Shiva, and, you can, that is your, of course, your belief if you want to, but this is the mythology that has many, many mythologies in Shiva Puran, which I have tried to depict here. My intention was to make them very, very dramatic, so that the young people, the students, and the younger age people don't get bored by seeing a classical dance performance. That was my whole idea. So now coming back to human stories, Mahabharata is full of them, because the power politics, it is said that politics came from Mahabharata. And who does not know the story of Abhimanyu? I don't know. I mean, I'm talking to you people. I really don't know whether you people have read Mahabharata or Ramayana. Because you see, when in future you become an IS officer, or you become an IFS officer, or a public servant, or even, anybody, and you go to another country, which I have seen when I have visited, they are very curious to know about your mythologies, your culture. What is your culture? Why do you believe in God? What is this spirituality India is always talking about? So how will you answer them? So you have to know that what actually spirituality is nothing but your own self. Whatever you believe in, that is your spirituality. Even if you are a scientist, or even in science, there is arts, when you need, it's like a story. When you start a story, you have to finish it. There is a beginning, there is a middle, there is an end. Just like that, when you do any work, you have to have a very complete control over it, that you finish it to your satisfaction. Classical arts are also like that. It adds to your spirit, it adds to your joy of life, as I have felt. That's why I'm sharing with you. So I chose this story from Mahabharata, Abhimanyu Vad, where I think all of you know that Pancha Pandavas, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev, 5 brothers, and the opponents were Duryodhan and Karna and others. So Dronacharya, who was their warrior guru. So see, they wanted to destroy Abhimanyu, because Abhimanyu only knew how to enter that perfect strategic war formation called Chakravyuha. Chakravyuha was a strategic formation those days, which has to be penetrated by a warrior, and only Arjun knew about it. So when Arjun knew about it, he was telling it to his wife Subhadra, who was pregnant with Abhimanyu. And by the time Arjun was finished telling the thing, she fell asleep. So Abhimanyu only heard the how to go in, he did not know how to come out. So Dronacharya took advantage of that and provoked Abhimanyu to go inside that Chakravyuha and get killed by all the warriors in a very unfair war method. So I took that and I used the Chow dancers as the warriors. Bharatnatyam Karna was done by Vasudeva, Dr. Vasudevan, who is a very famous Bharatnatyam guru, and he dances for Rasa United. And the other dancers, the other roles were done by the Kuchipudi dancers. Please have a view of this Abhimanyu Vad.
Shosmi hanta jayadratham. Shosmi hanta jayadratham. Shosmi hanta jayadratham.
So I think this is the first time I'm not able to see the audience reaction, and I just hope that you are enjoying what I'm trying to show, my work, my art. It means a lot to me because I am not an extraordinary person at all. It is just that I want to tell the viewers and the children that if you follow your own heart, and the parents must support the kids to do what they want to do, because then only life will be much better and happier, because you cannot live with a regret that I wanted to, I didn't want to live with a regret that I wanted to be a dancer but I became an IS officer, and maybe I could have become an artist, maybe I did not try enough. So you try, and if you are not successful, because there are more failures than success always, even in your exams. You try to get always the full marks and you don't get. What does it matter? It really does not matter. It matters that you are happy doing what you are doing. And at the end of the day, then you will be, feeling happier if you are able to pursue your hobby as a passion, because hobbies are usually in India kept only as a hobby, and then usually I would like to say this also, because the girl child, females and the girl children, they are always said to, when I was also growing up, everybody thinks that you will become a teacher or a lecturer, or learn music, because that's what the girls do. But in fortunately in my family, my parents were not like that. They always told us that you do what you want to do. So I did a lot of experiments, learned from different gurus, and I met my husband in the process of learning Kuchipudi. And then our duets became so famous that for 40 years, we have 40 नहीं थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही बोल रही हूँ, 35 years, हम लोग एक साथ डांस किया. And that was, each chapter was very, very challenging, very, very big struggle. Like for 10 years, like we did not get any name as a dancer, and unless you are getting a name, you are not then commercially successful. But I decided not to take up a job and to do a compromise. But these days, things have changed. I tell all my students that first take a job, then come for practice. Because those days are gone when we used to survive on very little and do what we wanted to do, You need things these days to survive. Money is very important. Finances are important. And then, of course, if you can, I think a human being can do something if they want to do. Why not get up at 6 in the morning and practice for 1 hour? And then you start your day. I mean, anybody can do that. It's just your mind which makes you do things, if you really want to do. However, enough of my philosophies. I will come to now the next story that I wanted to show you. That is Tripurasura Samhara in Sanskrit. It means the killing of Tripurasur. Tripurasurs were the three demons. They asked for a boon. They were good people. They were devotees of Shiva, and they did tapasya, that is meditation, for Brahma, Lord Brahma, God Brahma, the creator. And when God Brahma came, then they said, we want to be immortal. So the Brahmaji said that, nahi, I can't give you that boon. आप अमर नहीं हो सकते. But I will give you three different kingdoms which will float all the time. Nobody can touch them. One is gold, one is copper, one is silver. So one in the sky, one in the Bhutal, that is Prithvi, and one underneath the ground. And nobody can touch you, so you will not be killed except by Shiva. If you come in one line at one alignment ever, then he can kill you. Nobody else can kill you. So this is the best I can do. So then they were very happy and they went and they started, and then they became very, very powerful, and the devtas, the gods, did not like it, and they went and told Shiva, please destroy them because they are taking over our authority. So Shiva said, how can you destroy them? They are my devotees. They have not done anything wrong. So then Vishnu did a trick by which these people started becoming very, very arrogant and overpowering and destroying human beings like that. So then Shiva came and he made a special chariot with the mountain of Meru, with sun and moon and his chariot wheels, and Brahma as the charioteer, the Sarthi, and Vishnu as the Van, the arrow, and Vasuki, the serpent, became the string of the bow. And then when the three demons came in one line, Shiva killed them with one arrow. So this I did in a dance called Tripurasura Samhara. I hope you enjoy it.
చంద్రులు గణగణగణగణ రథచక్రములై మేరు పర్వతము రథమై నడువగా ఆదిశేషుమిలు నారిగ చేసియు త్రిమూర్త్యాత్మకం బహుబాణంబున దైత్యుల దుంచిన త్రిపురాసుర సంహార దైత్యుల దుంచిన త్రిపురాసుర సంహార దైత్యుల దుంచిన త్రిపురాసుర సంహార
So almost I want to conclude with talking about Kuchipudi a little bit. That is, this is a very, very rare style of classical dance where the Brahmin boys used to do also the female roles. My husband, Guru Jairamaraji, comes from that background where he learned from his childhood. And then he came to Delhi and started teaching Kuchipudi. And it was a long, long struggle to establish Kuchipudi as a popular form in Delhi or in North India, which was his vision to do that. And we have, as far as we are concerned, we have tried our best. As I told you earlier also, Indian classical dance is the most difficult career to choose. I would say that. If it was 30 years ago, I would have said, no, you come and dance and you become a dancer. But the times have changed. And especially we are going now through such a difficult time that it only a very, very few passionate youngsters can take up dance as a career. Because see, if you become a doctor or an engineer or a psychiatrist or any other profession, you know you are going, or MBAs, you are going to get a job. You are going to be secure, maybe secure in your life. But in dance, it is not like that. The more you perform, the more you do work, you may not get the needed publicity, you may not get the needed support, you may not have the financial support to carry on dancing. It is a very, very hard art form, which that is why in India, classical dancers are very, very few. That also in every style, there are, I think now 11 classical dance styles of India. 2 were added recently, that is Kshatriya and Chau were recently added. So it's difficult, but still, if one has the passion to go for it, there is nothing like it. Nothing gives me more joy, even now, to be able to create something, because it is always a challenge to create and communicate with people. So I will show you this Dwadash Jyotirling. There are 12 Jyotirling Shiva in our country, and each is described, one is in Rameshwaram, one is in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, one is in Kashi Vishwanath, one is, in Dwaraka, one is in, like that, there are 12. So I had tried to take the Sanskrit text and in that also I had put the story of Markandeya. Here, something interesting I want to say, that in classical Indian dance, we don't have a gender role. That is nothing like a man should do a man's role, a female should do a female role. Even a female, which you saw previously, Ayana Mukherjee did the Yama's role, now a man will do it. Does not make any difference. It is your inner feelings that brings out the character. To show that, I want you people to see this.
श्रीशैले मल्लिकार्जुनम् दिक्कुता झुम झुमता दिक्कुता उज्जयन्या महाकालम्
So I will now conclude with a typical traditional, just one clip about Kuchipudi, where the traditional numbers are very, very popular. We dance on a, it's called Tarangam. And I want to show you that how, with lot of difficulty and with a lot of practice, the dancers dance on the edge of a brass plate to show their devotion to Lord Vishnu. I will finish with a typical Kuchipudi clip because basically I am from Kuchipudi field and these are choreographic work. Choreographic works are entirely different than Margam or traditional work that we do as a solo artist or as a duet artist. And also I would like to thank all the teachers, the parents, Anju ji, Chetna ji, and Dandapani ji, who has helped me put up this program, and of course young Zainab, who is, I hope, not getting very bored, and all the other viewers who have watched this program, and last but not the least, Takshila Educational Society. And I would like to mention that without Sanjeev ji's support, I would not be able to do this creative work at all. Thank you. Namaskar.
शंकर श्री गिरिनाथ प्रभो
Shri
Namaskar.
On behalf of the Beyond Boundaries, we express our sincere gratitude to Vanashree ma'am for such an insightful session. Hope our prized viewers thoroughly enjoyed the breathtaking presentation. Thank you everyone and have a pleasant day.